as we ask you to please stand for the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, and we're ready to go racing as Gatorade presents our NASCAR Winston Racing. Field looks good in 3 and 4. Keep your eyes on it. We'll be soft shoeing it on the pavement here in this first qualifying heat. The track relatively green. The rubber washed off from the little rain we had. We are up the green and racing. Snooky Williams having problems coming up to speed. Williams has problems, cannot get the Hal chassis machine up to speed, and right away to the point goes Tom Erickson. He brings Bobby Henry with him. Rick Miller squeezes through for third. They dive into turns 3 and 4. Bobby Henry begins door knocking on the 36 of Erickson. As they exit on a turn 4, drag race down the front straightaway. A little bit sideways goes Erickson, down low goes Henry. They dive into turns 1 and 2. Henry trying to knock on the door on the low side. They're side by side, fender to fender. Henry loses traction. Erickson stays on the high side. He holds on to the lead. Here comes Rick Miller. Miller works the outside on Henry's automobile. 3 car, look out of 4. Almost near disaster. We keep drag racing down the front straightaway. Well, Tim and Erickson, that car, yimming and yawing all over the racing surface. Miller getting the worst of it. Looked like it was going to make a threat for the lead position. Bobby Henry continues guarding that bridesmaid spot on the racing surface with the Brooks Oldsmobile 77 machine down the front straightaway. It continues to be Tom Erickson with the point position. Bobby Henry all over the back bumper trying to door knock there, as well as the Henschel Sons Automotive Warehouse 19 of Rick Miller. Miller and Henry, 2 drivers from Connersville, neighborhood battle out there for 2nd and 3rd place positions as they hunt the back up for Bel Vernon, Pennsylvania's Tom Erickson. Working through turns 1 and 2. This time around, Erickson up high. Here comes Henry trying to strike low. He holds off the position from Rick Miller. And Bobby Henry tries the low side. Erickson able to close the door in 3 and 4. Tight racing into Galloway's late model. This time it's a drag race down the front straightaway. On the high side, Erickson down low goes Henry. And Henry breaks the floodgate open. He goes into the lead position. He brings Rick Miller right with him. And Erickson relegated in a 1/4 of a turn back to the 3rd place position. Now it's up to Rick Miller to try to low side in Henry. And he does that exiting out of turn 4. Bobby Henry hooks up in front. The Ed Nicholson and Son Lumber Hodge transmission, 77 down the back straightaway, turns up to Rick by a car length over Rick Miller. The 2 Connersville, Pennsylvania pilots out there. Henry slides up high. Here comes Miller to the low side. Into turns 1 and 2. Time is running out of this event for Rick Miller. He tries the low side. Henry watches up high. Henry leaves the door open. Miller cannot take advantage of it. They dive into 3 and 4. Henry's able to slam the door on Rick Miller. Out of turn 4 this time around, race fans. 2 laps to go. A battle for positions back in the pack as we continue this battle for the lead. Snooky Williams hangs on to 4th. He's being pressured by the 30 Rick Boyer and Glenn going to 32. That 3-car battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. But up here, the battle for the lead. The white flag, 1 lap unfolding. And into turns 1 and 2. And it's still Bobby Henry on the point position. He watches up high. Miller tries to go low. Cannot make the move. Down the back straightaway. Less than a half a lap remaining. Here comes Miller to the low side. Henry able to close the door. Henry holds that middle groove, fading out of turn 4, but has the handle, and he'll pick up the checker over Rick Miller. A distant third to Tom Erickson. Fourth goes to Snooky Williams, and rounding out the top 5 is the 30 of Rick Boyer. So it's Bobby Henry, followed by Rick Miller against Yankee Doodle 100, Mr. Bob Sibler from Massillon, Ohio. Inside in the third row, the Sheets Gasoline 34, Chrysler LeBaron body machine, Mopar Performance and Mopar Powered 03 for Lonnie Vaughn. Outside of him, the shoestring budgeted driver from Wheeling, West Virginia. In the Subway sandwiches, 22, Mr. Gary Gellner. As we get ready to go, the green is out. We are up to speed and racing, and Barry Audi wastes no time, taking off to the lead. Down into turns 1 and 2. Audi, the young driver from Jenners, Pennsylvania, holds on the lead. Here comes Sybil in the battle for second, down the back straightaway with Danny White. Sybil right on the back bumper, White's automobile. Chuck Kennedy continues in fourth charge, and Charlie Craig trying to work the outside of this racing service. And the Twin County Chevrolet dealer 42. Into turns 1 and 2, it continues to be Audi on the point position. Sibla in third, trying to haunt the back bumper. Danny White now right dives to the right side on Audi. Look at this, race fans. Danny White coming alive, and that Ford powered automobile out of turn 4 makes the strike to the low side. Into turns 1 and 2. Danny White hooked up on the low side of this racing service. It's a Ford Chevy battle down the back straightaway. The champion Stars mark at 23. Ford Thunderbird to Danny White. Works the low side of Audie's automobile. Dance him out of turn 4. Bob Sibilla trying the low side. In this battle, side by side for the lead. Sibilla watching the action unfold in front of him. Here comes Chuck Kennedy and Charlie Cragen. Bring Randy Burke into the battle. It continues to be 6 cars strong. For the lookout. Oh no, Gary Keller with a horrendous crash in the back straight. And Charlie Cragen bring Randy Burke into the battle. It continues to be 6 cars strong. For the lookout. Oh no, Gary Keller with a horrendous crash in the back straight. And there's a fire down the back straight. Gellner's car, hard to say what happened, but he had a very hard impact with the outside retaining wall. I don't know if he was all by himself or not, but it looks like that broke either on gas or oil line, probably a gas line down there the way it's burning. I just heard the screech of the tires. He's out of the car and okay, race fans. Gary Gellner is okay, but such an unfortunate break for the Gellner Law Office's 22. A tremendous impact with the outside retaining wall, and then the car coming across the back straight. Fortunately, all the traffic. Also, another aspect to scurrying the cars back and forth is not only, and Bob Sibble is trying to sneak through as well, staying to the low side. Let's see what happens. They've got Chuck Kennedy and Charlie Cragen to confer with. Now Audi gets on it right away, and he stretches out his lead. The green's out, we're racing. Into turns 1 and 2, Audi holds about a 2.5 car length distance over Danny White. Charging Charlie Cragen in the battle for fourth. Dives to the low side of 24, Chuck Kennedy. And the charging one. And the Casa Fire Equipment, Scaling Clinic, 42, begins to move up through the field. Sets his sights for Bob Sibilla, who's currently running in third. Sibilla, the Martinelli Service 63, tries the low side on Danny White, cannot make the move as they exit down the back straightaway. Bob Sibilla glued to the back bumper, White's automobile. In turns 3 and 4, looking for racing room, and while he tries to do that, here comes Charlie Cragen. Oh, getting crossed up is a 24 right. Sibilla, look at this! Down the front straightaway, Danny White denies it to Sibilla, and Cragen says, I'll take you on the outside. But no, not now. Oh, very close to the outside retaining wall. Danny White holding on to second place in unbelievable pressure. In the turns 1 and 2, Danny White on the back straightaway with Bob Sibilla trying to low side on him. They dive into turns 3 and 4. White denies Sibilla the opportunity. Charlie Cragen right there as well. Here comes Sibilla. He dives to the low side on White, and it's a drag race down the front straightaway. And Danny White holds on to it. Unbelievable race, fans. But Bob Sibilla continues grooming the low side in the battle for the bridesmaid spot. Down the back straightaway. We're trying to make it wheel to wheel, fender to fender. White trying to close the gap, but Sibilla's right there in the opening. And Bob Sibilla tries to muscle his way through on the left side. Down the front straightaway, and Sibilla comes up with a second place spot. Bob Sibilla now will stretch it out and try to close in on Audi, but time is running out in this event. Meanwhile, charging Charlie Cragen will close up to the back bumper of White's automobile. The white flag unfolded, 1 lap remaining. turns 1 and 2. It's all Barry Audi in this event. Bob Sibilla continues in second. Danny White is third. Charging Charlie Craig in fourth. Chuck Kennedy rounding out the top 5. Exiting out of turn 4. The checker will be unfolded for Barry Audi, a distant second. To Bob Sibilla. Third goes to Danny White. Fourth to Charlie Craig, and fifth to Chuck Kennedy. Drag racer now turned oval track specialist in the Tiger Pub machine. Time he's ever raced in his life, purchasing this brand new Port City chassis to run in the Pepsi Pro Stocks about 3 weeks ago. He's been doing an outstanding job. We'll be watching him closely. The green is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. Into turns 1 and 2, side by side, wheel to wheel. Greg Vasco and Dave Hope down the back straightaway. Dave Hope trying to take over the lead. He does. Here comes Kraus. Kraus goes to the outside of Vasco, and he takes over the second place position. Rapid Robert Arsenberger with a wick turned up, and that Ford Thunderbird automobile down the front straightaway goes to the outside of Greg Vasco in a struggle for the third place spot, and he takes over third as they exit down the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4, Dave Hope and the HA Furniture's number 20 continues leading this qualifying event for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. On the back straight, Hope with just about a 4-car length advantage over Kraus. Bill Kraus and the 26 of Bob Arsenberger begin to throw out the fishing lines, hook the back bumper of Hope, and begin to reel them in as they work into turns 1 and 2. Bill Kraus trying to do it, and he's bringing Arsenberger right with him down the back straightaway. The Somerset, Pennsylvania driver, Dave Hope, continues engineering through turns 3 and 4. And as he exits down the front straightaway, Bill Kraus is now within about 2.5 car lengths, and he's bringing the 26 of Bob Arsenberger right with him. Down the back straightaway, Kraus continues to try to close in on Hope's automobile, but Dave is up for the task so far, continues to hold on to this qualifying heat. This would be a career first checker for him if he takes this qualifying heat. Into turns 1 and 2, looking very strong. Into turns 1 and 2, Dave Hope continues on the point position with this impressive run. Now Bill Kraus really begins to close in on Hope's automobile, but time is running out. 3 laps remaining. This time as they work into turns 1 and 2. Dave Hope still able to hold it off. The charges of Somerset, Pennsylvania's Kraus. They'll be coming up on the lap traffic of Joe Lindick. Lindick pulls to the low side. Here comes Hope. He'll go to the outside of Lindick's automobile down the front straight. 2 laps remaining. Into turns 1 and 2, Bill Kraus still in an awful hurry to try to close in on the back bumper of the newcomer. But Dave Hope able to hang on to it. This time down the front straight, the white flag unfolds. 1 lap remaining for the gentleman looking for a career first checker. Dave Hope has found a handle how to get through the turns and down the back straightaway. A half a lap remaining for this young driver in motorsports to pick up a checker. And oh, so impressive as he exits out of turn 4. Dave Hope will pick up a career first checker in a very early racing career. So how about that one, race fans? Here's a man, 3 Johnson Auto Parts. Troy Truck Transport is... The field tightens up. Out of turn 4, looking for starter Ron Brutt's green flag, and it's out. We get it, and we're racing. Oh, look out! They've opened the refrigerator door. We were 3 wide as they go into turns 1 and 2. Albright decides to throw the car in reverse, and the whole field practically passes them down the front straightaway. Up on the point position, it's Wilchow right there holding on to the lead. Bob Spratt, Castle the third, trying to work the low side. Jeff Dunbar is third, and Kelly Shawless in fourth. Into turns 1 and 2, Castle dives to the low side of Wilchow's automobile. Wilchow staying high, wide, handsome. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. Here comes Castle. He works the low side in an Oldsmobile bodied Port City chassis machine. Will Stroud still hanging tough on the outside, near the outside, retaining on the front straight, and he gives away the point position. Jeff Dunbar begins to move up in the Coastal Racing Center's VJ's Express 07. He closes up to the back bumper. Will Trout's automobile sets up for the low side. They dive into turn 3 and 4. Oh, and Kelly Schultz trying to react in time to stay out of the back bumper of the 07 of Dunbar's. Dunbar had to do the same on Will Trout. Gary Wilchott gets squarely out of turn 2. The back end coming around a little bit on him. It opens up the door, and here comes Dunbar. He makes it through. Kelly Schultz is going to try to do the same on Wilchott. Gary continues on the high side of the racing surface. Dunbar through for second. Here comes Kelly Schultz. They dive into turns 1 and 2. Schultz down close to the grass in a near imitation of a lawnmower as they work down the back straightaway. In the turns 3 and 4, the battle is for the third place position. Here comes Schultz. He makes it through the low side and is bringing Bradley Cole right with him. The Pizza Hut JW Industries 68 machine is on the move, trying to work to the outside of Schultz's automobile, exiting on the turn 2. Meanwhile, Jeff Dunbar begins to close up on the 50 of Bob Costle. Costle coming up on the lap traffic of Greg Staso. Out of turn 4, here comes Cole. Cole to the low side of 77 of Schultz down the front straightaway. It's a battle for the third place spot, and Bradley Cole sneaks through with the aft automobile. Now Schultz tries the low side, and Cole, oh, and some door knocking down the back straightaway. But Cole is able to hang on to the third place position. The battle for the lead on the front straight continues to be Costle in the 50. The 07 of Jeff Dunbar is haunting his back bumper as they work, exiting down the long back straightaway. On the front straight, it continues to be Bob Scott Costle and the RCS Racing Engines Costle Racing Center's 50 automobile. Jeff Dunbar right on his back bumper. The white flag unfolded, only one lap remaining. As they go into turns 1 and 2, Dunbar looks like he's setting up for a low side pass out of turn 2, but he doesn't have the handle. Now he sets up to look to the outside. A half a lap remaining. Dunbar trying the outside line. Oh, he may set up to do a nosedive. Nope, he stays to the outside. And Bob Costle will take the checker. Dunbar second. Third goes to Brad Cole. Fourth to Kelly Schultz. And fifth to Gary Wilchott. You want to get started in racing, that's an outstanding automobile for sale. Butch Durkin. And we've got the green. We're up to speed in racing. In the turns 1 and 2, Butch Durkin holds on to the point position. Here comes Sean the Bullet Beam and the Baron Trucking, 28 to the outside. Robin and Rimble, you're very close together out of turn 2. But Beam takes over the second place spot down the back straightaway. Here comes the 77. I'm guessing that's Judy. By the way, she's driving high, wide, and pretty out there in turns 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Robin Rimmel continues in the third place position. The North Star Equipment 75 of Jimmy Friedline trying to work the low side of Rimmel's automobile. They drag race out of turn 2. Boy, do we have the black cars in this division. On the back straight, Rick Sheeler also trying to open up that window to the low side of Rimmel. Friedline gets through for third. Here comes Sheeler trying to do the same for fourth. Down the front straightaway. And Sheeler, oh, very close to Rimmel's automobile. Holds on to the fourth place spot. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead's a good one. Butch Durkis in that automobile he's selling here tonight with the 28 of Sean the Bullet Beam. And the Bullet works the low side on Durkis. They go into 3 and 4. Durkis denies him the opportunity and slams the door. They come tire screeching out of turn 4. A drag race down the front straightaway. Butch Durkis and Sean Beam. They look at the turns 1 and 2. Oh, and Sean Beam tries to work the low side on Durkis, and Beam pulls over the point position down the back straightaway on lap 3. Rick Sheeler of the Marcy's Hair Salon, 74, trying to work the low side on Friedline's automobile as they work through turns 3 and 4. In this battle for the third place spot. The cross flag signal halfway down in this event. As we work down the back straight, it's all Sean the Bullet Beam. He holds a 2.5 car length advantage over Butch Durkis. Durkis not letting him run away with it, tries to come right up on the inside and close the gap once again. Speaking of the inside, here comes that line being taken by the 74 Rick Sheeler to the low side of Friedline. Jimmy Friedline, though, is up to the task and holds on to it as they continue their struggle for the third place spot. On the front straight, it's all Sean the Bullet Beam with the lead with 2 laps remaining. Butch Durkis now settling into a distant second place position. Jimmy Friedline and Rick Sheeler glued to his back bumper. Sheeler can look at Friedline's rearview mirror and comb his hair. He's that close from time to time. They work into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Sheeler again, trying to apply pressure. A rat-a-tat-tat to the back bumper, can't do it. Exiting out of turn 4, the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Into 1 and 2, Bean continues with the lead. Durkis is in second. Here comes the battle for third, exiting out of turn 2. Friedline continues holding on to it. Sheeler working on the back bumper. This time around, the 28 of Sean Bean will pick up the checker from starter Ron Brunt. A distant second goes to Butch Durkis. Here's the battle for third out of turn 4, and Jimmy Friedline hangs on to it over Rick Sheeler. Finishing in the 5th place position, a smoking right rear tire for the Shawless screen printing 77 of Judy Shawless. Hey, race fans, in the heat of a race, the drivers field tightens up in 3 and 4. Here we go. The green is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing, and watch this, race fans, down the front straightaway. It's nose to tail, fender to fender, and turns 1 and 2. Tim Stump dirt tracks the 65 Chevelle. Harry fires on the inside, says, but Stump makes the move, and the outside line works. Here comes the double L. Larry Lee Heminger, the Banjo Matthews of Somerset County, is flying too high, wide, and handsome, almost out of 4. Continues that outside line, squeezes between the wall, and Harry Flowers sets the sights to the back bumper of Stump's automobile. Oh, very close goes Flowers. Very close to it inside the left quarter panel of Heminger's automobile. Meanwhile, the double L continues his charge to the front. He dives to the low side. Stump denies him the opportunity, closes the door and says, no fuller brushes for me. But here comes Larry Lee Heminger playing the salesman, and he makes the break and takes over the point position. Exiting out of turn 2, here comes Dave Burnell, the flying sign painter in the high-tech hobbies. Number 1 has the wick turned up, and he's trying to take over the second place position, and he does. The bridesmaid spot is his in turns 3 and 4 as we continue to remove the treads off these treaded street tires. Into 1 and 2, the double L continues on the point position. Larry Lee with the lead. Here comes Dave Burnell. Burnell has pulled the buggy whip out of the saddle and begins to whip the horses under the hood as we work into turns 3 and 4. Reeling in your leader, Heminger. Here comes Burnell dirt tracking the automobile as we drag race down the front straightaway. The cross flags, 4 laps down, 4 remaining. Burnell tries to set up for a low side, and Heminger loses the automobile. Not an opportune time to lose it. It opens up the window. Here comes Dave Burnell. Burnell dives to the low side and takes over the point position from the double L. They work out of turn 4. Heminger tries to go back on the low side. Tim Stump watching the action unfold in front of him. Heminger now with the wick turned up and pours on the steam down the back straightaway. He tries to trade the position with Burnell once again going to the low side. Here comes Heminger. They go side by side, fender to fender, wheel to wheel. Not 1 and a given inch. You couldn't put a notebook between the door panels of those automobiles in turn 3. 2 laps to go. We work into turns 1 and 2. Heminger dives to the low side of Burnell again. Burnell dirt tracks the automobile. He continues hanging on to the outside. That's why they call him the flying sign painter. The double L still on the low side. We're fender to fender, lug nut to lug nut, decal to decal, chrome bumper to chrome bumper in turns 3 and 4. This time around, race fans, nobody wants to give an inch. The white flag's on. 1 lap remaining. Here we go. Diving into turns 1 and 2. The battle for the lead. The double L on the low side says, I gotcha. No, the flying sign painter says, no way. Down the back straightaway. They continue fender to fender, wheel to wheel. Burnell on the outside. Heminger to the lower line. Heminger has the line. He begins to break. Half a car length on Burnell. Burnell right there in the back. And Heminger will take. No, here comes Burnell on the outside. But it's Heminger with the checker over Dave Burnell. There goes the Tim Stump, a distant 4 to the 71 of Mark Griffith. And rounding out the top 5 is the Nick George Nicola. 79 of Bob Rayleigh from Jennerstown, Pennsylvania. Inside, third row of the rolling lap 33 is John Punk Lorenzo. Field tightens up. Watch rows 3 and 4. Bear down on the first 2. Could be interesting. And we get the green. Will we go 3 wide? Will we go 3 wide? No, we don't. Miller pulls the car up to speed. And Komarinsky trying to get a break through the middle of the pack. He's the first one to get into third. And here comes the 75 of Audi. Komarinsky goes all the way through right in the middle of the back straight. Go look at this battle for the lead going into 3 and 4. Miller has his hands full. John Komarinsky in rolling right 33 trying to low side. He's bringing Brian Audi right with him. Into turns 1 and 2. Komarinsky dives to the low side on New Eagle. Pennsylvania is Dave Miller down the back straightaway and breaks through with the lead. Here comes Audi into second. Look at the 25 of Ron Cole hooked up and flying through the field. And the Valley Truck and Trailer 25 machine has moved up to the 4th place position. Sets his sights on Miller's 32 machine. Into turns 1 and 2, it's Komarinsky on the point position with the 75 of Audi running second. Now breaking into third is Ron Cole down the back straight, and he brings Gary Sleppy right with him into number 2. Exiting out of 4, Audi begins to apply pressure to Komarinsky's back bumper. Look at that on the front straight. Oh my goodness, Brian Audi literally glued to the back bumper to 33 at Komarinsky. On the back straightaway, here comes Audi to the low side of Komarinsky's automobile, trying to open up the window, but Komarinsky denies him the opportunity. Komarinsky fades up high out of turn 4. Here comes Audi. It's a drag race down the front straight, the battle for the lead. And Brian Audi to Ron Beckner Loggy, 75, finds an opening, breaks through for the point position. John Komarinsky tries right down low on him, and the rolling mark 33 cannot make the move. Ron Cole running in 3rd place position, sets his sights on Komarinsky's car in the battle for the bridesmaid spot. Here comes Sleppy. He's up to 4th and trying the outside of the 25 of Cole. Cole down the front straightaway. Looking to the low side of Komarinsky, and John closes the door on him and denying that opportunity for the bridesmaid spot. Now Komarinsky goes up high. Here comes Cole to the low side. They battle side by side, wheel to wheel in this battle for the 2nd place position. Komarinsky right there, but Ron Cole has the better line. Breaks through out of 4 to the runner-up spot. Here comes Gary Slippy in the Oldsmobile body machine. He makes it through for 3rd. On the back straight, it continues to be Audi. On the point position of 25 is Ron Cole, hanging on to his back bumper. They work down the front straightaway in this drag race for the lead. And the turn 2, exiting down the back straightaway, and it continues to be Audi holding on by 2.5 car lengths. As we work through 3 and 4, Ron Cole wasting no time trying to make him into the low side. Out of turn 4, 2 laps remaining, race fans. Into 1 and 2, Cole very close to Audi's automobile. He's trying to muscle his way to the low side as they exit out of turn 2 in the battle for the lead down the back straightaway. Ron Cole right there to the left rear corner of Audi's automobile, and it begins the rain. Out of turn 4, the white flag. We're still continuing racing. And let's see what happens. Look at this battle in the rain. Unbelievable. Look at this out of 4. I've never seen this. The yellow comes out, and wisely. Audi right there in the point. Here comes Cole. Tries the low side down the front straightaway. Here's this battle for the lead in turns 3 and 4. And Cole denied the opportunity as Brian Audi continues holding on to it with the Rose Lumber. 75 the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Into turns 1 and 2. Audi continues holding on to the point position. Ron Cole right to the back bumper down the back straightaway. It's a drag race, less than a half a lap remaining. Here comes Cole. Cole trying to muscle the low side. Audi denies him the opportunity. They exit out of turn 4, the drag race to the checker. And Brian Audi trying to hold on to it over Ron Cole, and he does! By a car length at the checker. Gary Sleppy finishing a strong 3rd, distant 4th to the 33 of John Komarinsky. And rounding out the top 5 is Bob Rayleigh from Jennerstown in the Bear Trucking 29. Up to speed and racing. Into turns 1 and 2, it is Edwards on the point. Mignon, oh, Edwards gets crossed up. Here comes Jason Mignon, wasting no time to the low side. Dives to the point position. Jack Satoski hangs on to 3rd. The 55 Angelico continues to run in 4th place spot. Down the front straightaway, the drag race, it's still Mignon on the point. Marty Edwards in 2nd place position, closing it on his back bumper. Satoski tries the low side. The 55 of Angelico continues running in 4th. On the back straight, here comes Satoski. Satoski drives the low side and takes over the bridesmaid spot. We work out of turn 4. Satoski continues his charge up to the front. Into turns 1 and 2, Jason Mignon with his dirt track style power sliding that Buick bodied automobile slides up high. Here comes Satoski down to the low side. They work into turns 3 and 4. Jack Satoski in a battle for the lead with Mignon. Mignon trying to hang on to it. Through turns 3 and 4, Satoski goes to the low side and he takes over the point position. Oh my goodness, the bumpers very close together on those automobiles. Working out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Jack Satoski with the lead. Marty Edwards now trying to close up on the 66 of Mignon. And he's bringing the wild man. Alan Angelico and the 72 of Mike Heminger right with him. Down the front straightaway, Satoski continues holding on to the lead. The 66 of Mignon, a distant second, slides up high. Edwards cannot take advantage of it as they work down the back straight. Here comes Alan Angelico Jr. He's right up to the back bumper of the 57 automobile. They work through turns 3 and 4. This time around the cross flags. 4 laps down, 4 remaining. And the yellow comes out. The spin is for Mike Adams Jr. in the 43, and we're just spinning some you-know-what. And the green's unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. Into turns 1 and 2, Satoski continues holding on to the lead. Way up high as Mike Heminger cannot make a move as he continues in the 5th place spot. Down the back straightaway, Alan Angelico tries the low side on the 57 automobile. Look at this battle for the 3rd place spot. Edwards up high and relinquishes 3rd to Alan Angelico. They continue down the front stretch across flags. 4 laps down, 4 remaining. Down the back straightaway. We continue with Jack Satoski on the point position. The 66 of Mignon holding on to 2nd. And Jack Satoski really begins to turn up the wick down the back straightaway. Mignon a distant 2nd as the 55 of Angelico tries to close in on him. They work out of turn 4. Down the back straightaway, Mignon gets crossed up. Here comes the wild man, Angelico to the low side. The 72 of Mike Heminger. They're working 3 and 4. This time around, 2 laps to go. Exiting out of turn 2. The wild man, Al Angelico, holding on to the bridesmaid spot. Everybody challenging him as they work into turns 3 and 4. It's Jack Satoski with the lead. The white flag, 1 lap remaining. On the back straight, the battle for 2nd continues. Alan Angelico right there, and Mike Heminger on his tail, but the checker will go to Jack Satoski. Here comes the battle for 2nd. It's the wild man trying to hang on to it, and Heminger falls short. Mignon is in 4th, and rounding out the top 5 is the 57 automobile of Marty Edwards. Pee-wee Flick. Pee-wee's son now, Mark Flick, driving on the dirt in modifieds. Pee-wee, a long-time racer on the dirt, brings up the rear. He can see them all. Here we go. Treaded street tires, race fans, so it's a new look. Racing in the rain. Field tightens up. Out of turn 4, looking for the green, and we're up to speed and racing. Oh, look at this down the front straight. These retired veterans aren't afraid of a little rain, and Alex Makar says, whoa, oh my, we're still not done. And a little bit of tight action. Magcar's car getting the worst of it, but the getting into the back end slightly, so he should, and Bud Kunkel as well on the low. And we're 3 wide open, refrigerator door, Mayburn, get out the mayonnaise with the sandwich job down the front straightaway. Don Luffy in the middle of the field. Oh, we're dirt tracking at 1 and 2. We continue green flag racing up high, getting into the loose marbles, the wet marbles at this time. Down the back straightaway, it's Stagger on the point. Easy, guys, we're only in a heat race. The retired drivers showing off their stuff on the pavement, and man, we're crawling through 3 and 4, but we're still under green, and it's Stagger with the lead. Into 1 and 2. Stagger on the point position. Eddie Bayshire behind him down the back straightaway. In style in turns 3 and 4. Don Luffy high, wide, and handsome. Behind him is Bud Kunkel as they down the point position, holding off Bayshire down the back straightaway, nose to tail. A new form of racing out here. The rain just about quit, but we have a little bit of an ice skating rink, and we ought to do some slide for life races out here, race fans. We continue green flag racing. Down the front straightaway. Oh, look out. Almost near disaster. We continue green flag racing. Look at the lines. Oh, Stagger loses the automobile, and it's a complete roll of the dice and a change of the lead. Paul Bush comes up with it into 42. Eddie Bayshire continues in second. The 8 of Bud Kunkel holds on to third. Down the front straightaway, Kunkel tries the low side on Bayshire's automobile. Out of turn 2. Bush goes up high in the 42 down the back straightaway. Paul Bush hanging on the lead. Here comes Bud Kunkel. The Kunkel Auto Parts, number 8, moves in to the second place position. Down the front straightaway, Bud Kunkel makes a bid for the lead. They go into turns 1 and 2. Kunkel to the low side of Bush. We are fender to fender, raindrop to raindrop, down the back straightaway. Continuing this struggle for the lead. Bud Kunkel trying to pull over the point position. They work into turns 3 and 4, and Kunkel pulls off the lead. On the front straightaway, only 2 laps remaining. Bud Kunkel with the lead position. Bush hangs on to second. Eddie Bayshire in third. Here comes Pee Wee Flick. Down the back straightaway, Pee Wee moves into third place position. Sets his sights on Bush's 42. Bush trying to low side on Kunkel, cannot make the move. And here comes Pee Wee Flick. He goes down under Bush's automobile. In the battle for the lead position of white flag out, 1 lap remaining. They go into turns 1 and 2. Bud Kunkel still retains the lead. Down the back straightaway, Pee Wee Flick is in second. Paul Bush has been relegated back to third. Less than a half a lap remaining this time around out of turns 3 and 4, and it will be Bud Kunkel to pick up the checker in the qualifying event for the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club Super Senior Series. Finishing second, Pee Wee Flick. Paul Bush is third. Eddie Bayshire fourth, and Bob Stanford rounds out the top 5. Field tightens up. We're getting ready to go. Tim Stump on the point. First time ever racing this year on the pavement with the 65 Chevelle. Yet to visit Victory Lane, as well as rookie James Friedland on the front row. Here we go. The green is unfolded. We are up to speed and trying to go 3 wide. Can't do it. We stay. Double foul into turns 1 and 2. Stump in the middle groove, trying to hang on to it. Up high is James Friedline. Down low is Griffith in the 71 down the back straightaway. We have no less than 5 automobiles hooked up in a battle for the lead. Down into turns 3 and 4. Look at this, race fans. Way up high goes the 7. Oh, we're trying to make it 3 wide. In a battle 4 wide, almost in the battle for the lead. Down the front straightaway. Jimmy Friedline in the North Star Equipment 75, trying to break through for the lead. Stump trying to hang tough on the low side. Down the back straightaway, Mark Griffith running in the third place position. Butch Durkis outside of him. Sean Beam in the Triple L. Lucky Larry Lee Heminger trying to make a move as well. Out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway, the drag race continues for the point position. Mark Griffith getting crossed up. It causes repercussions through the back of the field. Getting the worst of it is the bullet, Sean Beam. Here comes Lucky Larry Lee Heminger. He moves up to the third place position. Sets his sights to stump 65 as they exit out of turn 4. Heminger to the back, especially North Star Equipment 76, dives to the low side of stump 65. And he takes over the bridesmaid spot from the Latrobe, Pennsylvania driver. Here comes Butch Durkis. He tries the low line on this 71 automobile of Griffith. They struggle for the 4th place spot. Meanwhile, Sean Beam has closed back up on this battle for a top 5 spot. And right to the low side of him is the flying sign painter, Dave Burnell. Into 1 and 2, it's still hot and heavy in the battle for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Now George Nicole is trying to join this battle down the back straight. Mark Griffith with his hands full, 5th place position. Beam to the high side of him, and down to the low side is the one of Burnell. They work through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, the battle for the lead. Lucky Lee Larry Heminger trying the low side of the 75 of Jimmy Freeline. They work into turns 1 and 2. Look out! Oh, I thought we were going to buy the outside retaining wall. Freeline continues to the lead, and Heminger opens up the low side. They battle for the point position. It's a drag race down into turns 3 and 4, and the Triple L pulls over the point position. Still running in the green flag status of this Gatorade 15-lap main. For the Pure Stocks down the back straightaway. All kinds of pressure with Heminger up on the point. Freeline running second, but the pressure is for 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Sean, the Bullet Beam, tries the high side. The battle for 5th on this 71. It gets very close to the outside retaining wall, but hangs on to the automobile. The Baron Truck and JW Industries Ford Torino 28 machine still not able to find the line. And here comes the one of Dave Burnell. Burnell down the back straight, works the low side of the 28 of Beam. And now Burnell will try the low side on Griffith's automobile. Oh, we got a double spin in 3 and 4. Look out, Flowers still not done after doing his imitation of a lawnmower. Brings out the yellow. Here we go. And the green is unfolded, and we are up to speed and racing. Sean, the Bullet Beam, trying to make a bid for 5th on the restart. Takes over the 5th place position as we work into turns 1 and 2. Heminger continues on the point position. Freeline starts to drift up high into the loose marbles. Here comes Tim Stump. Stump down the back straightaway, closing in on the 75. The 87 of Butch Durkis continues in 4th place spot. And the 28 of Sean the Bullet Beam is running 5th. Oh, look at this confusion down the front straightaway. In this battle for 2nd through 5th. Beam now pulls to the high side. The 87 of Durkis in a struggle for 4th. They work out of turn 2. And here we go into turn 3 and 4. Now Beam will try the outside of Tim Stump in a battle for the 3rd place spot. It's all Heminger way out front with the lead. 10 laps down in this Gatorade 15-lap main as they work into turns 1 and 2. It continues to be Heminger on the point position. Freeline hanging on to 2nd. All kinds of pressure on the 65 of Tim Stump down the back straightaway. Courtesy of the 28 of Sean Beam as he continues door knocking on the 65 Chevelle in the battle for the 3rd place spot. Now Beam tries the low side on Stump. They go drag racing down the front straightaway. Here comes Beam. We work into turns 1 and 2, and Sean the Bullet Beam trying to pull over Dirty Dust. Dave Burnell tracks the automobile and pulls over the 4th place spot down the back straightaway. Time is running out. Everybody trying to chase down Heminger's automobile as he exits out of turn 4 in a cruise this evening. And it's Gatorade 15-lap main as Jimmy Freeline still has pressure on him. This time it's from Beam. Sean Beam trying to work the low side of the 15 down the back straightaway. Here's the drag race for 2nd. They go down into turn 3. Also another battle for 5th between Durkis and Stump in the 65. But this battle for the bridesmaid spot with 2 laps remaining. And here comes Beam out of turn 4. And he picks up the 2nd place spot. And the turns 1 and 2, Dave Burnell not able to take advantage of this 75 machine. And a battle for 3rd, and he continues running in 4th. This time around, the white flag will unfold for Larry Lee Heminger with the lead. Beam continues in 2nd. The best battle on the track is for 3rd. Working into turns 1 and 2, Dave Burnell trying the high side. Now he's setting up for a low side move on the 75 of Freeline. Here comes Burnell. No, he decides to go up high again. Ends up right to the back bumper. Cannot make it. We turn your attention to turn 4. Lucky Larry Lee Heminger picks up the checkered in the Gatorade 15-lap main for the Pure Stocks. 2nd will go to Sean Beam. 3rd, Jimmy Freeline. 4th to Dave Burnell. Rounding out the top 5 is Tim Stump. Applause for Larry Lee Heminger. Larry will pick up an additional $150 from the fine folks at Gatorade. Pittsburgh Circle Track Club presenting the trophies, along with Miss Motordrome Speedway, Carrie Ritchie. Having earned victory lane, this car built out of their shops. The owner is North Star Equipment, 77 Monte Carlo. North Star Equipment, Holder Auto Body, Black Specialties, Bob's Mini Mart, and SNS Builders. Part of the sponsorship activities for the sophomore pilot in the Pure Stocks.
Mike, I'm not sure if the fans can see, but Mike Hemminger's also over here in victory lane coming down admiring his dad's handiwork.
What you say, Joe? Do your thing, Joe.
Okay, real quick, Larry Lee, it's your third win here?
Second win here, one at Jennerstown.
Okay, I kind of put the pressure back on Mike. You guys have been doubling pretty good. One of you wins seems like the other one wins.
Yeah, he's not doing too good tonight, so he's got a little pressure on him tonight. So thanks a lot. I want to thank my sponsors, Blacks, Holder Auto Body, all the guys that helped me out. My son, too.
Okay, that's it. Larry Lee Hemminger.
Held a popsicle stick style fashion. The next time around, we'll be going green. He said he wanted to take the weekend off. Tim Ice is getting a new car for action in Western Pennsylvania. That's now, I believe, why he's not with us tonight. Here we go now. The Gatorade 35-lap main for the Gatling's late models. On the point is Snooky Williams. Outside of him, Barry Audi looking for the green. It's unfolded. We're up to speed and racing. Into turns 1 and 2, the battle for the lead. Audi takes it over right at the drop of the green down the back straightaway. Rick Miller trying to low side of the 30. Rick Boyer. Snooky Williams continues in second. Oh boy, look at this battle. Straightaway, the best battle on the track is for the third place position. Look at Rick Miller working the low side of the 30. Rick Boyer down the back straightaway. And now Bobby Henry trying to work that low line on Boyer as Miller has gotten up to third place position. In the turns 1 and 2, Rick Miller holding on to the fourth place spot. Here comes the 77 of Bobby Henry. Charging Charlie Cragen likewise, trying to move up through the field. Watch the middle of the pack. Bob Sybil out there. Glenn Gold. Sybil tries the high side on the 36 Erickson, and Glenn Gold tries to get under him. In the turns 1 and 2, it continues to be Audi. Down the back straightaway, Danny White hooked up and moving, goes to the low side of Snooky Williams. Now Rick Miller tries the floodgate on Williams. He sneaks through. Oh, Cragen hung out the drive behind Williams. Here comes Rick Boyer through. Charlie Cragen trying to sneak in. Well, Bobby Henry got through in the 30 of Rick Boyer, but Cragen was hung out to the outside. Williams on the outside of the race service. Here comes that 36 of Tom Erickson through. It continues to be Audi on the point. Rick Miller running second. 23 of Danny White to 77 of Bobby Henry. Now watch Charlie Cragen try to develop that familiar outside style on the racing service as he works the 30 of Rick Boyer. Boyer hanging tough in the fifth place spot. The top four automobiles all closing up. Here comes Bob Sybil now, and he's bringing Glenn Gold with him. We continue green flag racing on lap 6. It's Audi on the point position. Rick Miller hanging on to his back bumper. Now Miller begins to close in on the Stoics Tower on a record 75. Out of turn 4 down the front straightaway at over 100 miles an hour. On the back straightaway, it continues to be Audi on the point position. Rick Miller tries the low side of the battle for the lead. They work out of turn 4. Danny White trying to do the same. two. Rick Miller in the battle for the lead down the back straight. Here comes Cragen. Cragen trying the low side on the 77 of Bobby Henry. Race fans, we have an emergency phone call for Tommy Matasta. Come to the office immediately. Tommy Matasta, emergency phone call. In the turns 1 and 2, this battle for the lead. Miller tries the low side on Audi. Audi denies him the opportunity. Charlie Cragen, a man on the move, running fourth on lap 9 of this Gatorade 35 lap main for the Gatling's late models. Here comes Cragen to the high side of the 23 of White. They battle for third. Cragen, a man on the move, goes into turns 1 and 2. And he moves up to the third. Not so fast, Danny White right there, but now he moves into third. And Rick Miller can see Cragen closing in. He decides it's his turn to move for the lead. And Rick Miller takes over the point position out of turn 4 from Audi. Rick Miller now fades up high but holds on to the lead. Here comes charging Charlie Cragen on Barry Audi, and Cragen dives into turns 3 and 4. And charging Charlie Cragen moves up to the second place position. Into 1 and 2. Miller continues on the lead. Cragen begins to pull. Oh, look at this down the back straightaway. Rick Boyer crossed up, but we continue. Green flag racing. Miller fades up in the middle of turns. Cragen turning the wick up on the low side. Rick Miller up high out of turn 2. Cragen tries the low line. Cannot make the move on him. Down the back straightaway. Lap 13, plenty of time in this event. And Charlie Cragen continues to try to the low side. Here we go in the drag race down the front straightaway in a battle for the lead. They work to the turns 1 and 2. Charging Charlie Cragen and Rick Miller side by side, wheel to wheel. They're trying to hang the outside. Down the back straightaway, it's a drag race. Miller still working the outside of Cragen. 2 turns 3 and 4. Rick Miller still trying to hold that high line. And Cragen breaks through for the point position. Stays right there on the back bumper. Meanwhile, moving through the field as Cragen begins to stretch it out over Miller. Here's the battle for the 6th place position. Rick Boyer, now Bob Cibula dives under Boyer's automobile. No struggle for 6th. Glenn goes behind Cibula. Bob Cibula now trying to move up to the 6th place position. He accomplishes a pass out of turn 2. Glenn Gold now moving the same. Meanwhile, Charlie Craig continues to lead, but Rick Miller's not letting him run away with it. Into the pits goes Lonnie Vaughn. Have your attention, please. We have an emergency phone call for Tony Matassa. Tony Matassa, an emergency phone call. Come to the office immediately. Tony Matassa. Out of turn 4 continues to be Cragen in command of this event. Rick Miller holding on to a distant second. Audi holds on to third with the 23. Danny White haunting his back bumper. Down the back straightaway, Bob Cibula now running with Glenn Gold pressuring him in the battle for the 6th place spot. Oh no, look out! Oh my, somebody must have dropped oil. Cars spinning all over the place. I don't know what happened. I turned up to see Miller's car hitting into the wall, Bobby Henry's car, Danny White's car. Something in turn 1 just sending these cars literally ricocheting off the walls.
Yeah, Miller lost water or oil and everybody else got right in it.
And it all happened behind Cragen's automobile. This is an unusual situation. There's certainly no rain out there, obviously, but just a crew member scurry over there trying to get him back out. But we had turned our attention to turn 4, and the green is unfolded, and we're up to speed and racing. Into 1 and 2 now. Bob Cibula and Glenn Gold trying to strike on Audi. Here comes Miller without losing a lap back onto the racing surface. Into turns 3 and 4. Cragen continues with the lead. Barry Audi is in second, and Bob Cibula close behind, bringing Glenn Gold right with him. Out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Cibula and Audi battling for the 2nd place position. Here we go into 3 and 4. Cibula trying to strike on Audi's automobile. Down to the low side, out of turn 4. Here comes Bob Cibula, gets crossed up, brings the car back online. The battle for second's a good one. Audi continues holding on to it. Bob Cibula desperately trying to work the low side. Glenn Gold watching the action unfold in front of him. Out of turn 3. Audi continues in second. Here comes Cibula to the low side. Makes the move, but cannot do it. The Martinelli Sodas Camaro Body 63 hanging on the back bumper of Audi's automobile. Down the back straightaway. Tries the low line once again, and he cannot make the move. Turns 1 and 2, and Bob Cibula continues threatening to the low side of the 75 of Audi. In that battle for second down the back straightaway on lap 23. Here comes Cibula. Audi trying to close the door. It stays open. Cibula tries to work the low side of battle for second down the front straightaway. In the 1 and 2, Audi denies Cibula the opportunity, but the window is still open. Cibula cannot take it. Now it's a drag race down the back straightaway. Bob Cibula to Martinelli Service. Camaro Audi 63. Trying to wrestle over second from Audi. Out of turn 4. Cibula takes the task in hand, and the drag race down the front straight. Audi stays here with him. They go into 1 and 2, and Bob Cibula takes several second. Audi tries to hang on to it. The window's open. Here comes Glenn Gold down the back straightaway. And Glenn Gold cannot make the move, but Audi stays up high. Gold trying to do it again, and they close up on Cibula's automobile. Bob Cibula now trying to separate himself from Barry. Audi cannot do it. Audi stays right there now. Glenn Gold tries the low side of Audi's automobile. They work into 3 and 4. Audi denies the opportunity to go. Gold still trying to groom the low side. It's all Craig and up on the point position. Bob Cibula continues running in second. Down the back straightaway. Bob Cibula stretching out second place, trying to close in, but time is running up for the Martinelli Service 63 as he tries to close in on Charlie Cragen. Almost a spin out of 4. The 24 Kennedy and 36 of Tom Erickson. Almost getting together out of 4. Cragen continues down the back straight with Bob Cibula trying to close the gap. Only 7 laps remaining in this Gatorade 35 lap main for the Gatling's late models. Look at this, Erickson and Kennedy still trying to battle it out. Watch those two cars, the 36 and 24 and 3 and 4. They have an intense battle, and that is for the 6th place position. 5 laps remaining for Cragen in this event. Bob Cibula's been able to separate himself from Audi, but he cannot close in enough time on Cragen's automobile. Cragen continues high flying in this event. Exiting out of turn 4. 3 laps remaining for Charlie Cragen and Bob Cibula in a desperate attempt to try to run him down. To go for charging Charlie Cragen. Bob Cibula continues in a distant second, trying to close in, but he's this flat running out of time in real estate. Audi continues all by himself in third, followed by Glenn Gold. This time around, Charlie Cragen will pick up the white flag. 1 lap remaining. Down the back straightaway, Cragen with the wing turned up in control of this event. And it will be Charlie Cragen to come around to pick up yet another checker at Motordrome. Second will go to Bob Cibula, third to Barry Audi, fourth to Glenn Gold, and rounding out the top 5 is the 30 of Rick Boyer. Can I have your attention, please? Tony Matassa. Tony Matassa to the office immediately. 12 features altogether, including Jennerstown, and continues to lead the NASCAR Northeast Region of the Winston Racing Series points. The driver they call the Charging One from Hopewell, Pennsylvania, will be exiting out of the car. You can hear you now. A nice round of applause for Charging Charlie Cragen. In the Scanlon Clinic, Casa Power Equipment, Twin County Chevrolet dealers, Lumina Body, Port City Chassis, Drame Racing Engine Powered Automobile. He'll pick up the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club trophy. And Kerry Ritchie, Miss Motordrome Speedway, will join in victory lane. Now Charlie Cragen from the folks at Quaker Oats Company and their brand of Gatorade Thirst Quencher will present an additional $300 onto the money that Charlie wins. Also, an additional amount of $250 from the fine folks at Bendix Oldsmobile Cadillac GMC. $150 will go to Bob Sybil, an outstanding second place performance for him, and $100 from Brooks Oldsmobile Cadillac GMC to the third place finisher, Brian Audie. Fourth was Glenn Galt, and rounding out the top 5 is the 30 of Rick Boyer. Charlie Cragen in victory lane in this Gatorade 35-lap main for the Gatling's late model machines. To our Pepsi Pro Stock Gatorade 25-lap main shortly.
I think after winning all them races, he'd understand how we do this now. Triple C, charging Charlie Cragen. Another good win tonight. Another good break, actually. Second, third, fourth go into turn 1. Hit oil, wipe their cars out. Charlie Cragen's in the lead, misses the oil. How do you do it?
I hated to see that happen to everybody else. I really did. But the crew had our car. They had really had it right tonight, and I want to thank Doc Scanlon and all the sponsors. It's a good car. It works good.
That's the one thing it seems like. A lot of these cars are fast, but none of them handle like the number 42. It's evident on where you pass cars, where you're at. You can pass them high in the turns, dive down low in the turns. The other drivers seem to have one groove where they can either go outside or go inside. What do you attribute that to? Is that just chassis work, just hitting the right combination and keeping it?
Yeah, that's the crew hit the right combination there at the beginning of the year. And that's what's making. That's why I can do that, you know, and that's just chassis there.
Through all the bad luck you've had the last few years on the asphalt, it's good to see you have some good luck. Charging Charlie Cragen.
Into the Pro Stocks and sophomore pilot and a hot shoe in his division, Brad Cole, to the outside into WVSC 68. Here we go, and this Gatorade 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. The green is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. Into the first turn, and look at this battle for the lead. Give Pat takes it over, wasting no time. Going into second is the 68 of Brad Cole. Cole still high, wide, handsome, trying to take over the lead from Give Pat. Out of turn 4, look at this battle for the lead. Pat hangs on to it. Bradley Cole still running and takes over the point position as we work in 1 and 2. Out of turn 4, and Dave Hopp on the outside. Here comes Jeff Dumars to the wall on and Jim. They work into turns 1 and 2. Give Pat now begins to slow. Hopp way up into the loose marbles and makes a rookie mistake. And here comes some veterans through to the low side. Dumar does it to 26 Arsenberger as well. It's all Brad Cole down the back straight, but Jeff Dumar begins to close in. Dunbar with plenty of time turns the wick up on the 07. Meanwhile, Hope continues to have his problems falling back through the field. And it looks like the black flag will be coming out for some of the slower cars. Brad Cole continues with the lead. Into the pits comes Albright. On the back straight, Dave Hope continues holding on to fourth. Kelly Shaw's trying to get around Gip Pat in traffic out of turns 3 and 4. Look at this. Brad Cole finds his lead diminishing on the back straight. Jeff Dunbar begins to close in on him, and they're bringing the 26 of Bob Arsenberger right with him. On the back straight, Jeff Dunbar, the 27-year-old welder from Somerset, has the wick turned up, and he's trying to close in on fellow Somerset resident Brad Cole. It'll be a battle of the neighborhoods down the front straightaway in a few laps. On the back straight, Brad Cole continues hanging on to it. Dunbar right there, trying to work through turns 3 and 4 to close up on the 68 automobile, Brad Cole. Exiting out of turn 2, Cole continues hanging on to it. Dunbar is a distant second, desperately trying to close in. 26 Arsenberger, a very distant third in this event. Meanwhile, Bob Consul begins to move through this field, and Consul to the low side of Shaw's automobile as they go around Lindick 0. Dunbar begins to close in on Cole's automobile in turns 1 and 2. And we should have a battle for the lead, though. Here comes Bob Costle now. Bob Costle, a man on the move, gets around Kelly Shawless and moves up to the 5th place position. On the back straight into turn 3 and 4, Dunbar begins to reel in Cole's automobile. 2 hot shoes in the Pepsi Pro Stocks, vying for the honors in a Gatorade 25-lap main. Cole continues with the lead, and here comes Dunbar. 13 laps down in this event. Still plenty of time, 12 laps remaining, and Jeff Dunbar is close up to the back bumper. Brad Cole in the battle for the lead. Out of turn 4, here they come in this lead struggle down the front straightaway. Into 1 and 2, Jeff Dunbar trying to set up on Cole's automobile. They work down the back straight, and Jeff Dunbar closes within inches of the back bumper of Cole. Into 3 and 4, still getting around lap traffic unscathed in this battle for the point position as we work with 10 laps remaining in his Gatorade 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. Into 1 and 2, Dunbar tries the low side on Cole. Cole denies him the opportunity. Down the back straightaway, Jeff Dunbar still looking to try to develop a racing line around Brad Cole as they work down the front straight. Here comes Dunbar to the low side. Cole denies him the opportunity. They work into 1 and 2. Cole stays low. Dunbar still working the low line. Cole up high. Here comes Dunbar now. Side by side, wheel to wheel down the back straightaway. Dunbar wasting no time on Brad Cole. They continue fender to fender, and Jeff Dunbar wrestling out of turn 4 in a struggle for the lead. Brad Cole hangs tough on the outside. They work into 1 and 2. Bradley Cole hanging it out for everything it's worth, but Dunbar takes over the point position down the back straightaway. Brad Cole stays right on his rear bumper as they exit out of 4. On the back straight now, Dunbar begins to turn up the wick on the VJ's Express 07 and begins to stretch it out over Cole in the latter laps of the Gatorade 25-lap main. Dave Hall continues an outstanding 4th place run. Jeff Jeff Dunbar. Meanwhile, through turns 3 and 4, a little bit squarely down too low, and Brad Cole cannot take advantage of it. They'll be coming up on the lap traffic of Greg Vasco and Larry Bahana. On the back straight, Dunbar holds it over the 68 of Cole's at work in turns 3 and 4. Bradley Cole desperately trying to work in the 07 of Jeff Dunbar down the front straightaway. Through 3 and 4, and it continues to be Dunbar, stretching it out over Cole with 2 laps remaining. A distant third is Bob Arsenberger. All by himself is Dave Holt in a 4th place position. And then the 50 of Bob Costell. A white flag for Dunbar, 1 lap remaining. Take the VJ's Express down the back straightaway. We're less than a half a lap remaining as he sets his sights for yet another win. And exiting out of turn 4, the checker goes to Jeff Dunbar. Second to Brad Cole. A distant third will go to Rapid Robert Arsenberger. Dave Hope with a career-high 4th place finish. And rounding out the top 5 is Bob Brock Costell the third in the 50. We'll pick up an extra nice purse from the folks at Gatorade. In addition to the winning purse this evening, an additional $250 going to Jeff. And he can hear you now, the Somerset, Pennsylvania welder, Jeff Dunbar into victory lane in a Gatorade 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. Somerset Auto Parts, VJ's Express, Mark's Auto Body, Costell Racing Center, Appalachian Motors, Butts Auto Repair, Berlin Oil, Briarwood Enterprises, B&B Sports Cards, Maple City Tire, Hoosier Performance Radials, Rainsoft, Bruning Bookkeeping, Beacons, Mini Mart, B&B Contractors, PPG, and Semco Performance Engines, all part of the many efforts for Jeff Dunbar in 1992 and his sponsorship for the Bruning Brother Crude 07. Wear from Kerry Ritchie, and the extra $250 on top of his winnings this evening from the folks at Gatorade, the official sports beverage of NASCAR. Victory lane with Jeff.
Jeff Dunbar. Jeff, the race is only really half over as one of your crew members allotted to had some problems getting through tech. I'm sure it's on your mind. Hopefully everything's going to be all right.
Yeah, we're going to make it tonight.
Okay, that's good to hear. Was this your 3rd or 4th win?
It's our 4th one up here.
4th win here. A point battle between the top 4 cars. You, Costell, Arsenberger, and Bradley Cole is just unbelievable. You're going to be able to pull it out?
I sure hope so. We're going to work at her.
See, your cousin Dave's running really good. I was talking to him earlier. I see you taught him everything he knows about talking on a microphone.
Yeah, you must run in the family.
Yeah, just about like you. Okay, Jeff Dunbar.
Oh my goodness, continuing with the lineup, the 10 is Bill Schneider. Jeff Kiffer in the 42. Oh, we missed the 27 newcomer, of course. That is Denny Kupko. 43, Mike Edwards Jr. and the Adams Jr., I should say. The 4 is Jim Petrie. 32, Dave Miller. We're green and racing. In the 1 and 2, and look at Jack Satoski decides to make a brand new racing group. Out of turn 4, and it is Marty Edwards on the point. Unbelievable scoring for position. Down the back straightaway, continues to be Edwards, followed by Alan Angelico, and look at this, the sandwich job on the 29 above really as they exit out of turn 4. Oh, full line momentarily, and look at this, Alan Angelico having, oh no! Jack Satoski with a loud ride against the outside retaining wall. Brings out an immediate yellow, getting the worst of it into the loose marbles, and away he goes, riding the outside retaining wall. Racing, Jason Mignon trying to make an effort. Oh, down the front straightaway, all kinds of havoc. Continue green flag racing. Oh my goodness, Alan Angelico having problems in the field, scaries. On lap 2 continues to be Edwards, followed by Mignon, the 33 of Komarinsky. Here comes Audi and the 25 of Cole up through the field. Into 3 and 4, Jason Mignon trying to hang on to the pace that Marty Edwards is setting. And the Gatorade 20 lap main for the Stony Side Street Stock. Down the back straight, it continues to be able. Here comes flying Brian Audi. He makes a move to the low side of the Rolling Rock 33 of John Komarinsky as they work out of 3 and 4. And Brian Audi makes it through for the 3rd place spot, and it brings Ron Cole right with him. Gary Slepke now trying to do the same. Slepke, I should say, but he is denied the opportunity by Komarinsky. Here comes Mike Heminger. On the front straight, Jason Mignon anxious to try to make a move around Edwards. But meanwhile, here comes Brian Audi and the 25 of Ron Cole as we work on lap 6. Mignon sparks flying out from under that automobile. He's desperately trying to make a move on the 57 of Marty Edwards. Now look at this. Ron Cole works to the low side of flying Brian Audi as they battle for 3rd. Out of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Cole takes it to the 3rd place position. Meanwhile, the 66 of Mignon begins the door knock on the 57. Edwards gets crossed up. Here comes Mignon. Mignon gets crossed up, all psyched up out there. And the battle for the lead. And while that goes on, Ron Cole wastes no time in trying to make a move for the lead. We've got them all stacked up in the Stony Side Street Stocks down the back straight. Lapped automobile coming into play of Adams. Oh! Edwards gets himself boxed in. Look at this out of 4 race fans in a battle for the lead. Unbelievable havoc down the front straight. Marty Edwards says, my goodness, what did I do? And he still leads this event. Up high goes Mignon. Here comes Ron Cole. Down the back straightaway. Cole wastes no time trying to go for the lead. Now he gets crossed up. Oh my goodness, Edwards up high. He's going to buy the wall if he ain't careful. Out of 4, and it leaves the door open for Cole. Oh my goodness, still floor knocking. And oh, Brian Audi getting the worst of it as he and Edwards get together. And it's Ron Cole on the point position. The 66 of Mignon holding on to second. Marty Edwards having all kinds of problems. And Brian Audi dives to the outside of Edwards. They go into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Edwards holding on to 3rd, but here comes Heminger and Audi. Audi a little hello, how do you do to Edwards? Edwards still holds on to 3rd. Out of turn 4 in the battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. It's intense. Gary Slippy, the sleeper out there trying to move up in this field. Meanwhile, Mignon falling off the pace that Cole has set. As they work in turns 3 and 4. Here comes the 57 Edwards now right up to the back bumper Mignon's automobile. Meanwhile, Mike Hemminger's run through the field begins his intimidation tactics on the back bumper of the 57 Edwards. On the back straightaway, it's Mike Hemminger. We have a spin on the back straight. We have a spin on the back straight, and we continue green flag racing. Oh, another spin in 3 and 4. Slippy spins in 3 and 4. There, green's out, and we are racing. Out of turn 4 down the front straight. And the battle for the lead. Here comes Mike Edwards. I should say Mike Hemminger. He comes up on Marty Edwards. And Hemminger goes to the low side of the 57 of Edwards. They battle for the third place spot through turns 3 and 4. Out of 4, and Hemminger trying to make the move on Marty Edwards. They work into 1 and 2. Now Brian Audie getting up into this battle for third place position. It's still a struggle out of turn 2, and Hemminger makes it through. Here comes Audie. He's trying to do the same end. Audie dives into turn 3 and 4 with Edwards right there, hanging on to the outside. Exiting out of turn 4 in a struggle for fourth. Brian Audie in the rows number 75. Looks like he has the pass complete, and he does as they work into turns 1 and 2. And Marty Edwards gives him a little love tap on the back bumper. We continue green flag racing. Into 1 and 2. It's still Ron Cora all by himself with the lead. Only 4 laps remaining. Now Jason Mignon has his hands full. The battle for second. It's Hemminger on his back bumper in the 75 of Audie. They work into turns 3 and 4 in this struggle for the second place spot. Exiting out of turn 4, and here comes Hemminger. Now Audie goes to the high side of Hemminger, and Brian Audie takes advantage and moves right by Hemminger into the third place spot. And now Audie's hooked up, and he moves to the low side. Oh, Audie, oh, beautiful job of hanging on to the automobile. We're not done yet. Audie almost never corrected. What a masterful job of continuing green flag racing. The rows number 75, but he loses 2 positions. On the front straight, this time around, the white flag unfolded, looking for career win number 3 is Ron Cole. Look at this battle for second. Edwards closing up on Mignon's automobile. They go into turns 1 and 2. He cannot make the move. Exiting down the long back straightaway, Mignon crossed up. Oh, look out! Down the back straight. Oh, we're still not done. And Edwards gets the worst of it. He tried the low side of Mignon, and Hemminger wanted to go 3 wide. Edwards gets crossed up the yellow checker, and we are finished in this event. So it's Ron Coral winning the event, followed by Jason Mignon. 75 of Brian Audie, 72 of Mike Hemminger, and moving up, I believe, to finish in 5th would be John. And you can hear you now, Ron Coral with win number 3. A nice round of applause in this Gatorade 20-lap main. For the Stoney's Light Street Stocks, Ron will pick up an extra $200 from the folks at Gatorade and the Pittsburgh Circle Track Club trophy. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Jennerstown Speedway continues NASCAR Winston Racing Series action in 4 divisions. Gates open at 4, late model time trials at 6:30, and racing at 7 at the Laurel Highlands Oval located on Route 95. Updates Wednesday after 6 o'clock on the 1-900 speed line of current Winston Racing Series Northeast Region points and Motordrome and Jennerstown track points. That's 1-900 speed line. Chase the Checkers on tomorrow at 12:30 on WJAC TV, Channel 6 out of Johnstown. And don't forget to capture that on the VCR if you happen to be out and about. Activities, I mean concluding activity of tonight. Something like that.
Ron Cole. Ron, that's win number 3 down here. You won last weekend at Jennerstown. You're really on a tear. You sort of come out of nowhere this year. I know you said you've raced 5 years. We never really heard too much about Ron Crow. You're really making your mark now. What do you attribute that to?
My crew, right there. They work their hardest.
You want to name these guys?
Oh, we got Troy, Tim, my girlfriend Wendy, and Chuck, and Cindy, a girl that's not here tonight.
What have you guys done different? Is this the same car you've had, or is this a new car, new motor, etc.?
Same car we had last year. Had a wreck up at Jennerstown a couple weeks ago. It really fouled things up for us, running good. Just last weekend at Jennerstown, we got the bugs worked out of it. I think we got them worked out here, too.
Okay, thank you very much. Ron Coral.
Out of turn 4, we'll go for the green, and we are up to speed in racing. Bayshore takes some of the lead position as we go 3 right in turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, Bayshore, who's never raced on the pavement till the retired driver series continues on the point position. Here comes Pee Wee Flick. Alex Makar making it up through the field as we exit out of turn 4. Don Lumpy continues to hold on to the second place position as they work out of turns 1 and 2. Pee Wee Flick trying the outside of Don Lumpy down the back straightaway. Bud Kunkel right there, Alex Makar. Here comes Bob Steiger and Bob Stanford. Look at this. Duffy almost having problems. Don Lumpy. Don Lumpy holding off a 3-wide effort, still continues in the second place spot. With Pee Wee Flick trying him way up high goes Alex Makar. Here comes Bob Stanford and Bob Steiger. 5 cars in a circular pattern out there. Oh, in the battle for second, Pee Wee Flick takes it over momentarily, exiting out of turn 4. Alex Makar gets disaster on the front straight. Disaster. And it's a wild ride on the front straight for the old-timers. It's time to dust off the coat, sit back in the evening chair, and turn on the evening news. And when the smoke clears and the drivers are okay, we actually will go back to a restart. Here we go. The field comes out of turn 4 on the restart. The green is out, and we are up to speed and racing. Bob Stanford makes the approach to the low side of Eddie Bayshore, and they work into turns 1 and 2. Stanford down the back straightaway. Here comes Alex Makar back onto the race service. Bayshore gets crossed up down the back straightaway. And Bob Steiger breaks through, but Kunkel does the same through turns 3 and 4. Kunkel gets the car crossed up, hangs onto it. On the back straight, Stanford has everything in control with Steiger following in second, Kunkel third, and Bayshore in fourth. Steiger begins to close in a battle for the lead. And on the back straight, he makes a serious bid to the low side of Stanford's 98 machine. We continue on lap 5. Steiger down to the low side. Down the the front straightaway. And it's Stanford on the point position. Down the back straightaway, and Bob Steiger continues pressuring him. The battle for the lead is the only battle on the track we're concentrating on as Stanford continues with it. And Bob Steiger tries to make a move to the low side. Out of turn 4. And it's been Stanford and Steiger by themselves in a personal two-car battle in turns 3 and 4. Exiting out of the 4 turn. The front straightaway, Stanford continues leading the event. Steiger right there. Next time around, there'll be 2 laps remaining. Stanford continues with the lead on the back straight. Steiger still trying to make the move around him. They go into turn 3 and 4. And here it is, the battle with the lead. The white flag out. Lap automobile with Williams in the way. But Stanford able to get by unscathed. Steiger with time running out. Down the back straightaway. Don Boyer right up there in the racing groove. Here we go into turn 3. Let's see what will happen in the battle for the lead. Stanford right there. Boyer in the race. Stanford tries to look at it. Steiger gets crossed up. That'll end his effort. Bob Stanford wins.
Bob Stanford. Bob, as you won here a couple weeks ago, said that was your first win of the season. You kind of like running here, huh?
Yeah, I like this place. This is fun.
Especially when you win.
Yeah, starting in the back. It was a little bit tough, but car's running good.
Seems like you're one of the smoother guys here on the asphalt. Some of the other guys, I think, have a car fast enough to win, but they're trying a little bit too hard.
You can't dirt track this. You've got to drive it pretty smooth and pretty straight into the corners, and then, you know, ease on the throttle coming off of it and keep it straight.
Here's an easy question. What do you like better, running on the asphalt or on the dirt?
I like them both. I enjoyed the dirt a lot. I still like to go dirt track racing. Asphalt's fun, though.
Especially with 2 wins.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thank you. Bob Stanford.